You mentioned Loud there. How big was it to get him back, and what were your first impressions?
Well, for what he practiced, I thought we got way more out of him. I worried about him getting a little rusty. And he's so confident. He played great in the stadium the last game, if you remember, and he made some big conversions today. And all I can do is hope that there's no setbacks from this, so that he can continue to get better.
91-yard.
Very calm, composed, but at the end of the game, I saw you were amped up. So we have W3 or Visor into the stand at the bench. How much did this win mean to you to have this win on the road and the way your team fought?
They all matter. They all do. I mean, we put so much into this. I mean, 16, 18-hour days, 5, 6, 7 days. These kids work really hard. There's a lot of build-up. And then when you have a situation where you're behind, I don't know how many times you feel like we're behind the whole game, and you come back and win on the road, it says something about your team and your character. Nobody panicked. You know, and you know, I don't know how good a team we got. I really don't. I don't sit here and proclaim that we've got some unbelievable team, but I do think our team believes in each other. We connect. We step up, but we need to step up. But we can't turn the ball over.
Talk about the quarterback rating. What were they doing that were giving you guys so many things?
Well, they got misdirection plays. A lot of the plays we practice. They got, number one, you get an extra hat when you have the quarterback. We all know that. So unless you got really good, really elite defensive line, linebackers, and safeties that are fitting just perfect, one misfit is an 8-9 yard run. And in the past, we haven't struggled with that kind of run game. They hurt us. You know, they copied some things UAB did, and we expected it. That's what's disappointing. Like, we expect it, and you don't stop it. So we got to help our players, and we got to get better.
Kirby Smart and JDJ had back-to-back stops in the 1 yard at your 12-yard line. How big was that? Those guys make the stops in 34th and 1.
Was that the one before the half, or right before the half? Yeah, that was big, because I think, you know, he could have gone for field goal, and he probably felt like they needed touchdowns. Kind of like I was thinking the same thing. When do I go for it, and when do I not? And that was a big stop. But hell, we gave him another possession after that. You know, we went out there, and I wanted to be aggressive, and we ended up calling a timeout. We had to kick it to them, and then I'll be danged if they didn't have to kick it to us. So it was a back and forth deal. Those were big plays in the game. I thought the second half, we turned it over both first two possessions, or just the first one, the second half.
First one, they called the second one
back. So, I mean, it's tough when you come out and you bank on getting the first possession in the second half, and you gift it away. You know, that really kills momentum. And overcoming that was like, it's different in South Carolina, where we gained momentum. We came out and scored. We lost momentum in the second half of this one. So, we just can't keep doing that.
Woodring's kicks.
Yeah, big, man. And we've been putting a lot of pressure on him in practice, but I don't know that simulates it. There's nothing that simulates what he had to do today. I told the team after the game, he begs to do the pressure kicks in practice, and he made them in the game. So I think the kid's got something special to him.
Coach, 8 for 10 on third down. What was the key to the third down success today?
Unbelievable job by all the staff. I mean, unbelievable job. You go 8 for 10 against air, it's incredible. Okay? Because it's hard to do that. In our league, with the defensive players they've got and rushers, they had a good plan. I did an incredible job. I told the defense the halftime stats after the game. I was like, hey guys, we're unbelievable on third down. I think we're 3 of 6 on our offense. And I was wrong. It was 8 of 10 by the end of the game. And we take a lot of pride in third down and red area being elite in the country. And our offense is kind of starting to create an identity of being good at that.
This is the second time, and I'm sorry if you've answered this, I can't hear. This is the second time in, I think, 2 years that y'all lost a turnover battle by 3 and still won the game.
You're not supposed to do that. You know, I mean, that means we must have won the explosive, but I don't know if we won that. But the explosive has been a greater indicator than the turnovers, as Seth knows. And it's one of those deals that we can't do that. We had 3.
You were
The
negative.
interception, I'm forgetting, 2 fumbles and then the interception.
There's 1 fumble loss.
I was gonna say, I didn't think we had 3. I didn't think the 3 was margin, because we got 1 on them to end the game, right?
Yeah. I'm sorry.
Probably
So
2-1 maybe.
Whatever.
Yeah, definitely not 3.
Steve, what was your reaction when 2-4 came down with that?
So
What was your reaction when 2-4 came down with that?
get down. I knew he'd get in the clock, and he's flinging the ball around trying to return it. And, you know, this goes back to the last time that happened here. He batted down on 4th down, but he did.
Kirby, when you say you don't know if your team's playing unbelievable, do you think it's a matter of having Javon and McConkey and those guys back for a longer period of time, like you've had?
No, I mean, I just think there's a lot more parity in college football. I mean, there's a great separation between anybody, and the pro scouts that come to our place, I always trust their opinion. And they like, well, we've been to this place, that place, that place. I mean, everybody's pretty similar. You know, there's not this great margin. And I told our team that we played a team last year in the national championship that won like 9 games that were all 1-score games or something. So I don't know that my heart can handle that, because we need to get better. But we're gonna play teams as good or better than Auburn, and we gotta get better.
Kirby lined Brock up in the backfield one time and converted a third down run. I mean, I know you're not an individual award guy, but do you think he belongs in that conversation as far as the Heisman Trophy?
I hate getting into those, man. I hate getting into that debate, because I'm worried about our team, and so is he. I mean, who can argue that there's a better football player anywhere in the country? Just football player. I mean, the guy has the greatest toughness and grit that I've been around, and he'll do whatever you ask him to do for this team. And got a lot of respect for that guy's.
Kirby, you mentioned the run game struggled a little bit today. You guys started to get something going on the edge there in the second quarter. How were they able to stop Dejon and those guys early, and then you guys got it going late? But what were they doing defensively to kind of stop that?
Oh, they strike blockers. Ron Roberts, defense coordinator, is going to be. They're going to do a great job here. He does multiple defenses. He plays 3 down, 4 down. They play physical. They strike. They did a good job. Played really hard. We left some plays out there. Now we had some plays that they didn't always stop us as much as we stopped ourselves. The turnovers and some self-inflicted wounds, but we did run the ball well in the perimeter. I thought the fastball helped take the crowd out of it at times. I mean, look, to have a quarterback that's never started, go on the road at Auburn, and not have a procedural penalty or delay a game, pretty remarkable. I mean, to do what they did. I thought we handled that really well. We didn't shoot ourselves in the foot with penalties.
290. Kentucky, what they did to Florida today, 300-some yards rushing. You got them next, they're undefeated.
Yeah, that's Mark Stoops' team. They're going to be physical as a defensive coach. They run the rock. I've always said our kids are the most sore they've ever been after playing Kentucky. And it was that way last year. It was a bloodbath last year up there, and it'll be the same way. I have so much respect for the way his team plays, and the back they got. I heard that he's playing really good. I didn't know anything about today. The back they got, he's a great player.
Right now, it seems like your team is a second half team. They just did great. Something about the first half. So what can you do to kind of make them a full quarter team?
I wish I had the answer to that. Can you help me? We're trying. We're trying, but I don't think we started poorly. I really don't. I think we finished well. We have started games. It's not a consistent clear start. Did some things well down defense. Move the ball on offense well. At the end of the day, we score more points in the second half.
You mentioned you said you feel like Carson was never rattled. I mean, how did you see that on the sidelines in the second half as you were trying to come back in the game?
I mean, see it. I mean, I talked to the kid. He's great. He's never flustered. I told y'all he's like that. He's a calming voice out there. He got rid of a couple balls. He took off and ran a couple times when he needed to. And the closest he came to putting us at risk was when somebody didn't do their job in the front, and he almost got sacked, trying to throw it away there on our sideline. The kid should have picked it. But at the end of the day, Carson's a competitor. I've seen Carson do this since high school. He's got the right makeup.
290+ yard drives on offense. Just what did you learn about your offense on those long extended drives?
They can be really good when they execute. It's just hard to execute for 10 and 12 plays. You have to have explosive and catch a 5-play with a 60-yarder, a 6-play with a 30-yarder. You got to catch some of those. We're missing those. We missed Delp down the middle today early, and that was an explosive play. And we had a couple that I thought were really close to PI on Brock for an explosive, but they did a good job defending them. I mean, they got a couple PI calls that advanced them, and we missed out on a couple. And I can't argue with the call; it was judgmental, but we need some of those to hit.
Jalen never saw a lot of action. How do you evaluate his play?
He's getting better. He's getting more confidence. He and Julio are having a great battle. I think Julio practiced really well this week, so he played some more, and they continue to get better. And Kamari does a good job for us.
When Mike came in, was there any type of rep count or anything on him, or was he a full go from the start?
Well, I mean, full go, but he can't play every snap. I mean, you don't practice. You can't go out there in that heat and play. So it was a situational deal. We're going to put him in and do some run plays with him in, put some pass. I mean, third down, he was big. He runs certain routes really well. And we're going to use him as freely as we need it.
Let's take 2 more questions.
Coach, I think you only had 4 possessions again in the first half. Is that something you guys are talking about, maximizing those first half possessions? Few?
And we don't talk about maximizing, we work all week to maximize them. It's not like we go, let's minimize this possession, you know, like everybody wants to maximize their possessions. There's not enough of them. And if you don't get 3 and outs on defense, you're probably gonna have some of those. You know, I'm disappointed in our run defense, like we didn't stop the run well, but you know what? They're physical and they have 3 and 4 backs in the backfield, including quarterback. So that's as hard as you'll see running the ball. What I'm disappointed in is we have a 3rd down, we play man-to-man, and a guy's got the quarterback, and he leaves, and the quarterback runs, and we had him backed up. Well, that cost our offense 40 yards of field position. Those are the hidden yards that you just can't do. They can't give them gifts, make them earn things, and we didn't always do that.
Last question?
Thanks,
Okay.
guys.
Thanks, Coach.